What is it again? Butter?
Yeah, it's called paneer butter masala.
Paneer butter masala. And he's got these cute little trays. Organization.
Yeah.
Today in class, we worked the abdominals, and it's crazy because I have this anger knot that's literally on the back of my left side, and I will Theragun that shit for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it'll barely ease the tension in my shoulder. And today we were working on the abdomen, and I'll show you where. Directly under here on the lower part of the ribs, we were doing some very light abdominal work right in here. This connects directly to the back. So when we were doing this move where he comes and he slides his hand up this way, another one is cupping just behind the back, and then we vibrate. So you're almost like cupping and holding, and we vibrate. And then when he palpated and touched with his fingertips that back part of my shoulder, I felt the pain radiate straight in from this area. So when he pressed down in this area, I felt it go straight in back to that back pain point, which was intense because it made me realize that my shoulder pain is not coming from my shoulder. It is coming from my abdominals. And a lot of my low back pain when I was working on the lower part of my abs was really sensitive. This is my first time I've ever had like true intentional work done on my abdomen. And it was intense, and it felt very intimate, but obviously very like just because it touches the belly really. But also showed me that I think a lot of my low back pain, a lot of my shoulder pain is actually stemming from the front. I mean, think about it. Our organs are already squished in there, and then I'm hunched over all day on the computer, and then I'm leaned over when I'm not paying attention and doing my proper body mechanics with massage, and I'm using all this up here. But what's crunching? This is crunching. This is staying in a condensed pose. So anyways, I thought that was super fascinating, and I wanted to share that tidbit of knowledge with y'all. And also, Buddy Killian hooked me up with some food because the whole time we were doing this class, you could feel my stomach growling the whole time. I was embarrassed, but really happy he made that himself. And those little cubes aren't chicken, they're cheese. And it was really fucking good. From scratch. Dope as fuck. It was great. Anyways, it was a good lab day. And then tomorrow I have another presentation, which I'm not excited for. So, third mod is going. It's going, y'all.
You're looking at the final little bit of project stuff that I had to get done for Agape. I'm just organizing these, taking pictures of them, placing them in boxes, and then putting them back into their respective areas. I also cleaned out and reorganized the inside of the laundry closet. The last step for me was to label everything, and so I just used a simple blue tape method. And once everything had a nice spot, that's when I added in the tape so that you know that every spot that has blue tape, you can just put things back where they go. And I'm done. And I'm really, really proud of how these rooms look from when we first started and couldn't even walk into the rooms, and now everything, you know where everything is. And it's just chef's kiss. I'm kind of proud of myself.
Here we go. Natural honesty is She came from the evening class. To have the shift from the evening to like, yeah, year and a half. That's all. That's a lot. Okay? All right. Natural honesty. Thanks for watching the like TV. California River. We'll be sitting down and grabbing All right, last but not least. National Holistic Institute. Like the power Wrote it all down.
Last year, I wanted to dabble in creating my very own yearly planner, and so this is kind of the rough draft of what it looked like. I took pieces that I implemented from my Freedom Planner that I bought back in 2022. I do like doing weekly check-ins. I like mapping the month and kind of keeping it in review. I tried different hobby bubbles to track different habits, and then I did monthly reflections, which I still like doing, and I tried to do them on their own pages. And then towards the end of the month, I did start towards the end of the year, I started switching over to big maps, which I liked a little bit better. I could see a little bit better. And then I started putting poetry, the blogs to art poems, on the back as the way to reflect for my week instead of doing like a weekly reflection. And it's been really nice because it tackles more than just one project at a time. So this year I redid it, and I decided to start off with like my official planner, and I made the whole thing all the way through, Captain Qualities at the front, 2025's focus with somatic release menu on the back, a special page specifically for the quarterly projects I want to do, and any notes in the back. Then I have my monthly planning and quarterly review page after each quarter. And then I have the weeklies printed out. And then I took the time to go ahead and add the blogs to art poems on the back as the weekly review. I just used a post-it note to kind of tell me which pages were saved between the months, and then I kept the last 2 months empty so that if I skipped any days, I could just go back and add them through. So this is this year's planner, and I'm really happy about it. Yay! A million mahalos for watching. Thank you.